first edition of Patriot Talk. Today we have with us Mr. Stephen McCray. Steve is number 21 on the basketball team. Steve, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good, sir. How are you doing today?
Doing well. So Steve, where are you from?
I'm from originally Baltimore, Maryland, and now I live on the west side of Baltimore.
West side of Baltimore, all right. So how in the world did you end up at St. Catharine College from Baltimore?
What actually happened was Coach Taylor was recruiting in a local area where I play basketball at, and what ended up happening was they had an open gym, and I had just got there, and we had been scrimmaging. I guess I had played well enough for Coach Taylor to ask me and offer me a scholarship to come to St. Catharine, so that's how I ended up coming.
And so for those of you who don't know, Coach Taylor was the assistant coach here the 2 previous years to last year, and he moved on. He's now the assistant coach at Pikeville. Pikeville's the team you open up against on November 21st in the conference. They're number 7 in the country. Of course, they played Louisville last night in a 30-point loss, but that was, defending national champion Louisville. But how does it make you feel to be able to see your coach that recruited you on the other side of the floor and you're playing against him?
I mean, it's not really. I mean, it's a little bit of disheartening to know that he had to leave. I mean, upon my arrival coming, but it's okay. I mean, he did the best decision that was for him, and I really can't fault him for that. So now we just got to get ready to buckle down and get ready to play him and get ready to take on the challenge.
Well, Steve, along with that, you guys have already opened your season. You're 1-0 on the year. You had a great win against the number 4 team in the country in St. Francis. St. Francis, of course, was in the national championship a couple years ago. And, of course, this year they come in ranked 4th. Now, you aren't going to have to wait very long to possibly get a rematch against those guys. You guys go to Fort Wayne, Indiana this weekend, and you're going to play the number 1 team in the country on Friday, Cardinal Stritch, who won the national championship last year. And then you're also going to have the opportunity to possibly play number 4 St. Francis once more, and this time you're going to be closer to home for St. Francis and not Lord's Hall. So how do you feel about this weekend, Steve?
I feel pretty confident about this weekend. I think we're going to be able to come together. We're going to get in the gym. We're going to do what we got to do to prepare properly. And we're going to come out. We're going to be ready to play and give it all we got. I'm sure if we can beat them home in a tough win, we both tough teams. We both match up pretty well. So I'm sure we can beat them once, we can beat them again. And as far as Cardinal Stritch is concerned, I think we'll be able to get our defensive strategy together and also be able to come together and play together on offense and be able to make the correct decisions and make sure that we're able to be successful at the end of the day.
Well, Steve, I can tell you that by the end of last year, you guys had a 13-13 year. You finished with a 500 mark. You finished 9-11 in the conference tournament, and you had Pikeville on the ropes in the first round. So the end of last year, you guys were starting to peak, and that's nice because you carry over a lot of players from last year's team. Tell me a little bit about this year's team.
This year's team, I think we're going to be a lot more successful. We're all buying in. We're all playing for each other now. We're all playing to compete, and also from practice to the game. So we're all just trying to stick together. And I think what's special about this year's team is we're going to be able to we're all interchangeable. We're very deep this year at every position. And we're going to be able to just stick it out together and make sure that we're all successful. We're all going to push each other.
Well, so you say you play together and you guys are all out there for each other, but let's talk a little about you. Let's be a little selfish here and talk a little bit about Stephen McCray. Now, Steve, last year, of course, you struggled a lot of the year with an injury. You're able to overcome that, but you played in 14 games last year. Of course, we're a big part of the conference tournament game. Played a lot of minutes during that, but a remarkable number from you. You were 95% from the free throw line. You shot 20 of 21 from the free throw line last year. That was a team high. You only had 88 points over your 14 games, but 10 blocks and 28 rebounds. So pretty good numbers for you in the short amount of time that you were able to play. How do you feel about your performance on the floor and your contribution to the team? What is your role with the team?
I feel as though I'm just a glue guy. Come in, play my role. Rebound, try to make plays best I can, and just stick shots. Basically, coach has me in as a shooter. I come in, just do my role, just play my part. Run the plays, execute, and just hustle and give a lot of energy.
Well, Steve, it sounds like you guys are ready for a good year. You open up against number 7 Pikeville in the conference November 21st here at Lord's Hall. Of course, that weekend also you'll play Bluefield College, who kind of surprised us a little bit in the first game last year of our conference. Beat us on the road in Bluefield. But you guys were able to avenge that a little bit at the end of the year. Of course, 5 teams in our conference are in the top 30, Steve, and that it is arguable every year that our conference is the best in the country. You've got the number 1 team in the country in the conference, and that's Georgetown College. They won the national championship last year. So out of the past 3 years, 2 teams from our conference have won the national championship, and every year there's been a team in the Final Four. So tell me a little bit about playing in the best conference in the country.
Well, as far as like playing in the best conference in the country, it's just like, you know, coming out any other time playing against in a conference. You know, you gotta come out, you gotta bring your best every night. And with us playing in the tough conference, like you said, every team is in the top 10 or nationally ranked some way, somehow. We gotta come out, we gotta bring it every day. You know, there's no days off. It almost feels like playing the NBA sometimes. You know, you play against the best competition night in, night out. So you really get no days off. You gotta come to practice, you gotta be ready to work, you gotta come to the game and play even harder. So you really get no days off.
And you're definitely right about the fact that it's like playing in the NBA, because you guys usually only get 1 night off between games. A lot of people don't know that, but our conference schedule runs a Thursday to Saturday, and you guys are on the road for that. So the other thing to consider is there are 8 teams in our conference. 5 of the 8 are in the top 30. So every night you're playing a nationally ranked team, and even the teams that are in the bottom 3 teams, that includes us, and then the other ranked teams, not slouches themselves. So you really don't have a night off here in the Mid-South. Now, you know, outside of our conference, Steve, I know Coach Burton has worked real hard at trying to get some deals with some Division I schools to give you guys some opportunities to play in a big spotlight. You've already played Morehead State. We did very well. You guys outscored them in the second half, 52-50. So we won the second half. That's a big accomplishment for our Patriots. And then you still have a trip to Southern Miss coming up. You know, those are 2 Division I schools. Tell me a little bit about what it means to you to get to play Division I basketball.
To be able to play against Division I schools is a real honor. You know, it lets you know that you're not far off, you know, from being able to play at the top level that everyone is able to see every day. You know, people don't get a chance to see NAIA Division I players and things like that. Some people don't understand that some NAIA Division I players were supposed to be NCAA Division I division players. So with that being said, you know, it feels good, you know, to play against Division I talent, because it shows you that, you know, you can actually play at that level, and not only play at that level, but compete at a high level.
Steve, in addition to that, you know, you guys are going to Fort Wayne this weekend. Your brother, I understand, plays at Indiana Purdue University, Fort Wayne, for the Mighty Mastodons, and you had the opportunity to watch those guys play here against UT Martin a couple weeks ago in a scrimmage in our gym. You know, is your brother going to be able to come out to the game in Fort Wayne and watch you get to play?
Unfortunately, he will not be able to come out and watch the game in Fort Wayne this weekend for the reason he has a game himself this weekend on the road. So I want to wish him the best of luck with that. And I know that him and his teammates will give us the same encouragement this weekend when we go out and play our game.
Well, Steve, it's been great having you on here.